let's talk about normalizing EBITDA. So you've been running your business for a long time, and maybe, I'm not saying this is you, maybe you've treated your expenses a little bit like an Outback Steakhouse, right? No rules, just right. And that's fine. I get it. Maybe there was a 3-day business trip that turned into 2 weeks, and there's a couple extra dinners and all those things run through the business. Look, you're in charge. I'm not here to tell you that you can't do that. I just want to tell you that if we're going through the process of selling your business, maybe we pull back. Maybe we stop a little bit. Don't do so much of that. Because it's going to make the numbers not look as good as they could. Because all these extra expenses are now working against you. So what we want to do as we're preparing for an exit is to show a potential buyer the cash flow of the business. And so normalizing the EBITDA means adding back the things that are not ongoing expenses or ongoing concerns of the business. So some of the things that could be added back, maybe it's adjustments to the owner's income, maybe normalizing it for if someone else was running it. Maybe you're taking large distributions out of the company, but you could bring a manager in and they could run it for $100,000, $150,000, whatever it may be. You can put that new number in there and add everything else back to profitability. Maybe on the other side, you've been underpaying for rent because you own the building yourself and you're giving yourself a pretty sweet deal. So that can be something that gets added back the other way, because we want to be able to defend all the numbers in it. So if that someone else buys the business and now their rent has gone up, that's something that they're going to want to know about ahead of time. Maybe it's just adjusting what a management staff would look like if everyone was being paid at a market rate. You could have family members on payroll, personal insurance, vehicles that you purchase, travel expenses, maybe one-time fees such as an acquisition cost from something you've done before, legal fees. Maybe you've had one-time fees like startup costs, inventory write-off, asset impairments, professional consulting fees, things of that nature that, again, are not going to be an ongoing concern for the new business. Now, having too many adjustments can set off alarm bells from a buyer's point of view. So if you know that you're going to go through the process, it's important to just start cleaning up your financials now so that you have fewer and fewer add backs. The point of having add backs, though, is making sure that they are justifiable and defensible. If you go to our website, we have a blog post called Normalizing EBITDA, and there's a great example on there, a visual of what these add backs can look like, and just an example of what a company would look like. So maybe it's a company that's going to be sold for 6 times EBITDA, and you're able to add back, let's say you reported net income of $1.5 million, and then you add back to an EBITDA of $3 million. But then making adjustments and normalizing certain things, you see that the base valuation number increases by an additional $1 million. So if you have that 6 times multiple on the company, you've now added an additional $6 million in enterprise value. So it's really important to keep tabs on these things, to keep track of them, but then also to have justifiable explanations for why you are adding them back to your EBITDA in the end. So if you want any help or have any questions on what this process looks like and how to do it, we'd be more than happy to talk with you and help you out.